Good morning, good morning, good morning. Have you guys been looking for me? Well, guess what? You found me in the kitchen with Angela. This would be me. I know I've been gone for a week. I had a small procedure dealing with, you know what, my condition, but it's supposed to make things better. Thank you for God, and thank you all for joining me on my channel today. This is Creole Roots in a Creole Roots kitchen, all things New Orleans style. I am making one of our famous po' boys. Yes, my way, my how. You know, I do everything according to how I like things. So, thank you for joining me in my kitchen. You know, I'm going to start off with my Holy Trinity. You know, on weekends, this Saturday and Sunday, I prep. So that's bell pepper, onion, and celery. Of course, if you don't know what this is, pre-chopped up. And then I'm going to be using 2 eggs because guess what? I'm making a meatball po' boy stuffed with all good. Yes. Okay, so I have here some ground meat, okay? And I don't have our New Orleans French bread. I get the thing that can come closest to it, which is, I go to Fiesta. So it's 22 inches long, and this is the closest I can come to our New Orleans French bread. Because of humidity in other places, you can only make French bread in New Orleans. So this is the closest I could get to it, unless I actually go to New Orleans to get it, okay? So I'm gonna put that to the side. That's 22 inches long, okay? That's the closest, like I said, to get to our French bread. It's really good. It doesn't have that bite or crunch like our French bread does, but it's close enough, okay? So I have my good bowl here. I'm ready, and all my seasonings. Of course, you know I have to have that. So I'm not gonna use the whole package. I'm gonna put the rest of it away. I'm gonna use half of this, okay? And then we're gonna make the meatballs, put them in the oven on 375, let them cook, and then I'm gonna prepare the sauce. And we're gonna arrange this po' boy and put it in the oven, okay? So it's a stuffed meatball po' boy, okay? So I have all my seasonings and stuff. I'm ready. My seasoned breadcrumbs, they ran out of the one I usually get, which is Prego, but this is good too. Let me show you. These are seasoned breadcrumbs, okay? Can you guys see that? So it's okay. It tastes all right. It's not like Prego, but I'm going to go with what I have, okay? So they're trying to pretend like there's a food shortage, but I think there's really a people shortage, yeah. People who work, that kind of shortage, you know? So, yeah, I'm sorry I haven't been to you before you guys in a minute, but I had to take care of me, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna get this meatball set up, done real quick. I'm gonna be adding 2 eggs. My sons love my meatball po' boys. I tell you, you can put any type of meat. You can make any type of po' boy with any type of meat you want. You can even do a veggie po' boy if you want, but who wants that? That's boring, right? So I have my 2 eggs. And just gonna crack them and put the egg in there. Make sure I don't get any shells in there. So there's 2 eggs. I don't know what it is with me and eggs. I haven't been able to crack my eggs without putting shells in there, but I did pretty good this time, you guys. So that was a 2-pound container of ground meat. I used 1 pound and like a quarter of it. So I put that to the side, and I'm gonna add my Holy Trinity in here. I'm going to be adding some garlic. Gonna add some garlic in there. It's just minced garlic, you guys. This is from Albertsons store. And some garlic goes in there. I'm gonna add some Tony Saturate Creole seasoning. Of course, you know I love this seasoning. It has everything in it that I love, right? Gonna add some cayenne pepper. This is by Badia too. You know me, I sneeze and cough. There it went. Y'all had to move out the way. Sneeze and cough. So every time I use seasoning, I sneeze and cough. All right. So that's about a half a cup of parsley. You know I love parsley. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little bit more garlic. I'm going to do garlic powder. Okay. And then paprika. This is going to be 1/8 of a teaspoon, of course. I'm using Italian seasoning. It's always 1/8 of a teaspoon of those kind of things, okay? And then this is oregano, you guys. And I'm going to use some sage in my meatballs. Sage is very aromatic. You don't want to use so much that you overpower your meat. Then I'm going to use some Parmesan cheese. Okay. And this is going to be like a cup of breadcrumbs, okay? They're seasoned. I'm going to let you see it. See, they're seasoned. Can you see that? Yeah. So this is 1/4 of a cup, so I'm going to use 2, 3, 4, and put that to the side. Okay. And then I'm going to start mixing everything together with the egg. The egg binds it together. And then we're going to start rolling the balls up. Put them in the oven on 375. And as you can see, there they go. So it's blended real well. If you can see that, that looks real good. Okay, it's gonna have some great flavor. I'm gonna put them in my black iron frying pan. Pull that over here. I already have it preheated. Okay, and I'm gonna put it in the oven. So I'm gonna roll up each ball. And what you don't use, you can save them. And like I said, freeze them, meal prep for another week, or you can take these out of the freezer. That's the size I'm going to be using today, if you can see that. Drop them right in the pan. And you can make a marinara sauce for the middle of the week. And your meatballs are all ready. So you can make a meatloaf. You don't even have to make them into a ball. You can make them with a meatloaf, okay? But all these ingredients work well for a meatloaf. If you like, you can add some shrimp or crab meat in there. Give it a little jazzy flavor. okay? But we're gonna roll up these meatballs. This is a 22-inch loaf of bread. So we're gonna make these meatballs, put them in the oven, let all the fat render off in the oven. I put a little bit water with it too. And then after you put the water in there, you can drain it off. Add it into the sauce pot. Once you add it into the sauce pot, you're good to go. Now, I didn't make my sauce from scratch this time. I normally make my sauce from scratch. If you watched any of my videos, you know that I use sauce with tomato paste and tomato puree, and I make my own sauce. But since this is a hoagie, I picked this one that I like best. Tastes good. It has basil in it. And I'm going to shorten these a little bit. I think they're getting a little too big for this bread. So I'm going to back up, rewind, and shorten the meatballs. Yeah, that's better because I think these are too big. And they may shrink down a little bit once they cook in the oven. So, but yes, these are good old meatballs I made myself, and I'm gonna put them in the oven, and that's what we're gonna have for Sunday dinner with a salad. Okay, so it's a stuffed meatball po' boy. I don't know what you guys are doing in your kitchen today, but this is what I like to do. Everything that I was taught by my mother, my aunt, my grandmother, all of them. You know, they all can cook, and the food is always amazing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cook all these meatballs. And we'll start off doing the sauce. Then we're gonna add the meatballs to the sauce. And then we're gonna assemble our sandwich, okay? So just hang in there with me, hang tight. This is gonna go in the oven in a minute. And y'all know I love my cast iron. Y'all know I love my cast iron, but you can't be lazy. If you have cast iron, you have to take care of it. So if you're not that authentic cook, somebody who loves to be in the kitchen, don't fool with these cast irons because you can ruin them. You'll have to start the process all over, and it's long. So you have to take care of your cast iron. Let me wash my hands. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get this in the oven. Here they go. Nice, beautiful meatballs, seasoned very well. The oven's preheated on 375. We're gonna let them cook. We're letting them cook in a little bit water to help the fat come off of the meat. We don't want that fat and greasy stuff all up in the sandwich. So now that we got that done, I'm gonna switch over in my kitchen and we're gonna get the sauce done. So this sauce is so good. Okay, this is by Albertson store. This is their signature brand. And I'm just going to dump this in a pot. It comes with all the good in there. Bell pepper, onion, celery is really good. This is a really good sauce. But the only problem with this sauce is too tangy. So I'm going to cut it with some sugar. I'm going to turn it on low. Okay, and I'm going to cut that tanginess with sugar because it's overwhelming. But it's good. It's going to do what it do. But I'm going to add some sugar in there, okay? And really what I'm doing is just heating this up. Okay, so that's 2 teaspoons of sugar. Okay, regular white granulated sugar. Okay. And then I have some jalapeno peppers. That's gonna go on the sandwich as well. And I'm gonna add more Parmesan cheese. And then I'm gonna add my cheese. So there are several types of cheeses. We're gonna assemble this sandwich. I love this Italian cheese. You see that by Lucerne? This is real good. Then medium cheddar. And then we have pepper jack. This sandwich is gonna be bursting with flavor, you guys. It really is. I'm gonna show you how I assembled the sandwich, but it's really, really tasty. Okay, don't mind me. I wear my hair like I like it. Okay, it's all natural. This is all me. And I really can't use chemicals or anything in my hair. I'm allergic to most things, so I gotta be careful. So I just wear my hair natural now, and I love it. So it's growing. So this is me. That's how it's gonna be. And this sauce, I'm telling you, this sauce is so flavorful and tasty. It's awesome, okay? You don't really have to do much to it. I just need to add sugar in mine because there's not enough sugar in this sauce to me. It's not going to be sweet, but it's going to, it breaks up that. It's just, you know how sauces could be very aromatic, bursting with flavor, but it can have too much tang in it. And that's what's going on with this. So I had to add that sugar to balance that out. Okay, you know, sour, sweet. Yeah. So this is the sauce I'm going to use. And don't mind these bell pepper and onion. This is for another dish I'm going to create for you. It's going to be a cheap version. If you can't afford steak and all that stuff, you use hamburger. And you can, whatever you didn't use in your box of hamburger for the 4th of July or whatever, then you take that box of hamburger and you make cheap Salisbury steaks. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do that too. Got to get my water in me, you guys. So I have my fork. I'm going to keep this jar. I like this jar. I could use this for something else. For like when I make my sauces, these good mason jars. I could make, when I make my own sauce, which I do, I could put this in there. So I'm gonna save that, wash it out for later. I also have my ground meat. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in ground meat in a freezer bag because you can make hamburgers out of this too. Or like I said, a small meatloaf. There's so many things you could do with this, you know. So I'm gonna put that up soon. And I'm going to show you how I assemble my sandwich, and I'm going to put it in the oven too. So I'm going to be putting my sandwich on here. My sauce is just heating up. I'm going to turn it off. I just needed to add some sugar in this. This sauce is amazing. I really like this. It's Albertson's signature sauce. And it tastes better than that ragu and stuff. I love it. So whoever made it, it's great. So I'm just gonna use this on my meatballs. So I just needed it to start simmering. I'm gonna keep it on low. Not gonna do much else. I just added sugar to it because I didn't make it, remember that. But it's gonna go on this sandwich, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and start by putting my foil down. Okay, so this is for my bread. It's gonna get wrapped up in this foil and placed in the oven. So okay, as you can see, it's very, very long, okay? So you can make a po' boy up to 26 inches actually, you guys, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and start an opening. This is a serrated knife too. That's the best thing to cut bread with. You use a serrated knife, okay? I'm not going deep into the bread because I want the bread to stay together. Normally you will cut you would cut it open all the way through. And then, see, this is the inside of the bread. And it's made fresh by the women at Fiesta. They bake breads, but they don't bake the breads. This is enough. They don't break the breads like New Orleans because the humidity in New Orleans is a totally different thing than it is here in Texas. So let me get up this. Every time I cook pasta sauce, this happens. So all right, so what I'm doing is I'm getting this bread ready. It's gonna be prepared with some garlic spread. I'm gonna put the garlic spread on first, okay? This is a very rich sandwich. It's good. Like I said, my children love it. I'm gonna go ahead and microwave it for a little bit, just a tidbit. Not all the way, okay? Okay, you guys? Just a little bit, just to loosen it up. And I'm gonna spread a thin layer on the inside of the bread. So, and this bread is gonna go in the oven. I'm gonna lower it. And it's just a small layer all throughout the bread. It's like garlic bread almost, you know. And I'm getting both sides. And you can make your own garlic bread. I may show you guys in a small tutorial how to make garlic bread or the garlic spread for the bread, okay? So that's the garlic bread spread. And then I'm gonna put this back in the fridge. And I'm gonna be making some crawfish bread, but I'm not sure if I'm ready for you guys to actually see my garlic bread. But then again, who's to say? I might let you, you know. Yeah, my meatballs are coming together. Okay, so we're gonna put some cheeses on there, some jalapenos, some Parmesan cheese as well. Put that in the oven. I'm gonna mix my cheeses up. So I'm using 1/4 cup of the cheeses, okay? All right, so here's my cheeses mixed up, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and add, let's switch this around so I can deal with it better this way. I'm gonna add this down. I'm gonna add some cheese down in there. Okay, so adding the cheese down in there. Okay, and then after I add the cheese in there, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my meatballs. I have a lot going on in my kitchen right now, but it's gonna work out. And then I'm gonna add these meatballs to the sauce. Okay, so then they're gonna cook in the oven. Put them in the sauce. Now I'm gonna turn the oven down to 350. And they're good and tender too. Okay, so you add the sauce. And the meatballs are not all the way cooked through because they're gonna cook again in the oven on the bread, okay? So what I'm doing now, you guys, is I'm getting my meatballs ready. Don't touch this pan, it's real hot, okay? I'm gonna push this to the back. Bring this back over, and then we're gonna add the meatballs in there, okay? This is a meatball po' boy. And yes, I'm going to be adding the juices and everything. Okay. You see how I'm assembling that? And it's going to go in the oven. Okay, so I'm making sure it gets sauce all over each one. Place that in there. And this is the last one. I'm going to put these meatballs in the rest of that sauce too. Okay. Then we're going to wrap this sandwich up. Okay, then I'm gonna do the Parmesan cheese. Gonna add more cheese on the sandwich. It's gonna go in the oven. Now this is Parmesan cheese, Italian cheese, pepper jack cheese, all that in one, okay? So then I'm gonna add some pickled jalapenos on there. You can add bell pepper, onion, celery, all that, okay? So add a little bit more meatball right there. Okay, so here you have it. You see that meatball sandwich, how beautiful it is? That's 22 inches long, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more cheese on the end here. And then this is gonna go in the oven. Okay, it's on 350. We're gonna put it in the oven for about 30 minutes, you guys, okay? So I'm gonna drop this in the oven real quick. Let the cheese and everything heat up. And then you'll see the finishing touches of my meatball po' boy. All things New Orleans. If you like the things that I do on my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified for when other videos drop on my channel. This is In the Kitchen with Angela, your Creole Roots girl. All things New Orleans. We have some po' boys going on. Thanks again for joining me in my kitchen. I'm going to go ahead, follow up with you guys once the hot meatball po' boy is out of the oven, okay? So this is not over. The video is not done yet. Just hold on, hold your mule, hold your horses. I'll be back with the finishing touches. Thank you. All right, you guys, I'm back. All right, it's time to take out the meatball po' boy. So it's ready to come out the oven. It was on 350 for 30 minutes. And I'm gonna pull this out. I took a little bit of time to clean up, okay? So I'm gonna show you the finishing touches of my stuffed po' boy. Okay, so there you have it, 22 inches. A meatball po' boy. So you are in the kitchen with Angela. This is Creole Roots. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you like the things I do, you can like, comment, subscribe to my channel, invite others as well, okay? And I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook. I even have a Pinterest, so you can follow me on any one of those. But look at this beauty. You see that? A good old stuffed meatball po' boy. All things New Orleans, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. You have a great Sunday. It was a pleasure being with you again.